Welcome to the Born on This Date channel, where we explore remarkable individuals born on this day. Today, we look at the life of Winston Churchill, who was born on November 30, 1874, at Blenheim Palace in England. He is one of the most influential figures in modern history, best remembered for his leadership as Prime Minister during World War II. Winston Leonard Spencer Churchill, born into an aristocratic family, struggled academically at Harrow School before enrolling in the Royal Military Academy Sandhurst, where he began his military career. His father, Lord Randolph Churchill, was a prominent conservative politician, and his mother, Jenny Jerome, was an American socialite. Winston Churchill was commissioned as a second lieutenant in the British Army in 1895 and served in various capacities in Cuba, India, and Sudan. His military experiences informed his political career, and his work as a war correspondent during the Second Boer War in South Africa shaped his perspectives on leadership and fighting. Winston Churchill began British politics in 1900, when he was elected as a Member of Parliament. Initially a member of the Conservative Party, he later turned to the Liberal Party and held various prominent positions, including First Lord of the Admiralty. This was a pivotal point in his career, indicating his growing power in British politics. During World War I, Winston Churchill was First Lord of the Admiralty, in charge of the British Navy. He is most known for his role in the Gallipoli Campaign of 1915. Despite the campaign's failure, Churchill's drive and readiness to learn from mistakes made him a strong commander who commanded respect. Following World War I, Winston Churchill experienced political losses, including his removal from the Admiralty in 1915. Despite these hurdles, he remained a significant person. In the 1920s and 1930s, Winston Churchill warned of Nazi Germany's dangers, but his appeals for harsher action were widely ignored. His foresight will prove invaluable during World War II. Winston Churchill became Prime Minister of the United Kingdom in 1940, following Neville Chamberlain's resignation. When Britain faced the possibility of a Nazi invasion, Winston Churchill's leadership was instantly tested as he fought to unite the British people in the face of almost insurmountable odds, and his determination inspired a nation. Winston Churchill's defining moment during the Battle of Britain in 1940 was his inspirational speeches, which inspired courage and resistance to Nazi forces. His famous words, "Never in the realm of human combat was so much due by so many to so few," commended the valor of Royal Air Force pilots. Throughout World War II, Winston Churchill collaborated closely with U.S. President Franklin D. Roosevelt. Together, they built a powerful military and political alliance that would be critical in the struggle against Nazi Germany. Winston Churchill's ability to establish and preserve this relationship with the United States was a cornerstone of his wartime leadership. Winston Churchill was instrumental in the planning and execution of the D-Day landings on June 6, 1944. The Allied invasion of Normandy was the tipping point in the struggle against Nazi Germany. Winston Churchill's strategic foresight and will to defeat Hitler's armies were critical in guaranteeing the success of this major military campaign. After World War II, Winston Churchill moved his focus to Europe's post-war reconstruction, and he was among the first to notice the Soviet Union's growing threat and expansion into Eastern Europe. In 1946, he delivered his Iron Curtain speech, warning of the dangers of Soviet communism and beginning in the Cold War. Winston Churchill was elected Prime Minister again in 1951. His second tenure was distinguished by an emphasis on international affairs, particularly during the Cold War. Despite his worsening health, Winston Churchill remained a towering figure on the global scene, arguing for peace and the need of strong alliances, particularly with the United States. Winston Churchill was a prolific writer and historian. In 1953, he received the Nobel Prize in Literature for his historical writings, which included his multi-volume history of World War II and the history of the English-speaking people. His literary achievements solidified his reputation as not only a politician, but also a scholar and historian. Winston Churchill's personal life was filled with both accomplishments and tragedies. He married Clementine Hosier in 1908, and the couple had 5 children. Winston Churchill, known for his toughness, suffered from spells of despair, which he referred to as his Black Hound, but his determination and love for his family remained unwavering. Winston Churchill received various prizes and distinctions throughout his life. He was knighted by Queen Elizabeth II in 1953 and granted honorary citizenship by the United States in 1963.
These accolades acknowledged his unrivaled contributions to global peace and efforts to ensure victory in World War II, cementing his position in history.
Winston Leonard Spencer Churchill died on January 24, 1965, leaving a legacy that continues to affect global politics and history. He is regarded as one of the greatest leaders in modern history, remembered for his ability to inspire and unite during times of crisis. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share for more stories about remarkable individuals born on this special day.